Welcome, everyone. Hello, my name is Sarah Shalva. I'm the Chief Arts Officer at the JCC of Greater Baltimore and the Gordon Center for Performing Arts. We are thrilled that you're here for the William and Irene Baltimore Family Film Festival learning session. I'd like to ask everyone to please mute yourself. It will make it easier for everyone to hear me if you all mute yourself. So the mute button is probably maybe in the lower left-hand corner, or you can put your mouse, well, actually, Melanie will probably tell you how to do it if you can't figure it out. Might be part of this presentation. Anyway, we're thrilled that you're here. We're so happy to have you. And I just want to appreciate Melanie Waxman so much for giving her time to help us. We have heard you. We understand that you're having some difficulties with the transition of the film festival from physical, from being together in the Gordon Center to virtual, being in our own homes, safe and as healthy as possible during this global pandemic. So we heard that you were having some difficulties getting online, and we wanted to create this class for everyone to be able to ask their questions. There's going to be a PowerPoint, and then there will be opportunities for questions. You can use the chat to ask your questions, which is in the lower part where you just click on it and then you type your questions, or potentially we will take questions just by raising your hand in the old-fashioned way. We're just very, very happy to have you, and thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting the film festival. You know, we are learning as we go as well. You know, this is totally unexpected, and we're just very happy to be able to offer the films, and we miss all of you. We miss seeing you. We wish we could all be in person. But this will have to be the second best. So Melanie, thank you so much for being here. And I'm gonna mute myself and ask you to please take the helm.
Thanks, Sarah. Welcome, everybody. I am going to go through a short PowerPoint that I put together. Please make a note of any questions you might have. And I've asked Sarah to step in if there is something that she knows more about than I do, because this is what she's been doing forever on the film festival itself. So here we go. So first of all, I just wanted to run through the steps. Make sure you're choosing a smart device that has a lot of battery and is connected to Wi-Fi. I know that might seem silly to some of you, but sometimes we just don't think to look to make sure they're connected and that I have enough battery. Then you're going to go to your email, find the email that has the link and the password. Then you're going to tap on the link. Links are in blue and underlined. I'm going to go through all of this more so. The link will take you to a web browser and to the web page that will allow you to play the film. You will then paste or type your password into the password space. So that is what I am going to be focusing on. So this is what the email looks like. It's a little bit out of order. Guess I was having fun there. But if you see on here, and I purposely didn't make it so big, I will show you it bigger, but you can see in the email that's set up, you have a blue link that's underlined. That's important. And then a few lines underneath, you have a password. Here it is, just focused on that part of the email. This is the link, vimeo.com, and then the number. And then the password, which you can cut and paste, which I can show you. I'm going to get there as well. And then you are able to view from your laptop, from an iPad, from a tablet, and even throw it up on some screens, which I will also go through a bit later. Some important symbols, because I'm going to suggest some things and I want to make sure you know what I am talking about. So on the top, I have these 4 arrows. The first one in yellow is pointing to the speaker. Make sure your sound is on and your volume is up. Number 2, the blue, that is your Bluetooth. If you are going to be watching this with headphones on or some other way that helps you focus, then you're going to need to connect to Bluetooth. Next to that, in the purple, well, the pinkish arrow is Wi-Fi. Make sure your device is connected to your Wi-Fi. I'm going to stop for a second and just tell you the difference between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi very easily. I don't want anyone confused. Wi-Fi connects your device to the World Wide Web. .com, .edu, .org, .gov, that's what connects you. Whereas Bluetooth connects one device to another device. Probably most of you are used to this in your car. Your phone connects to your car, one device to another device. And finally, the purple arrow is pointed to the battery, which is at 92%. I would venture to guess that you'd like to keep it high if you're trying to watch the entire movie in one sitting. Underneath, in blue, towards the left, is a web address. That's where you put in a web address. That's where you put it in so that you can go straight to that specific web page. Now, this will come up when you are going to get on your Vimeo. It's going to ask you to join or to log in. You need not do either of these things. There is an X on the top right. Exit out and ignore it. As you can see, once again, the link and the password. Now, some of you are asking, well, how do I cut and paste that password? Because that's what most people are telling me to do if I want to see this film. So what you do is you tap and hold on the line that you want to copy. You hold it down, it will turn a color. You slide it across the entire line. It will turn a specific color, in this case, like a purple. It'll highlight, and that's your selection to be copied. If you are on a smart device, you'll probably be using your finger for this. If you are on a PC or a Mac, you are going to be using either a mouse or your pad in the very front of your device. Then you're going to go to the very top of your screen and you're going to find the edit button. It's going to drop down a menu. In that menu, you're going to see copy. Go and either tap on copy or push down with your mouse on copy, and you are ready to go. Because, this is how you select to cut and paste when you are on a smart device. Many people have asked, how do I do that? If you take your finger, this is from my iPad, but I did try it also on my tablet. If you hold down something, a word then something will pop up if you're editing mode, and it will say cut, copy, replace, look up, or share. In this case, like I said before, we just want to copy that password. The 2 dots in that blue box show the portion that I wanted to copy. If I were to take my finger and run it along that top dot and bring it all the way back to underneath cut, then I would be getting that entire selection to cut or copy. Now, you are going to go into the place that you would like to put whatever it is that you cut or copied. What you need to do, and this blue circle delineates where the cursor will be. And this little line is the cursor, and it blinks. That blinking vertical line, make sure it is in the space that you want to paste whatever it is you're pasting. In this case, when you want to paste your password or link, you will then go to the top of the screen again, tap on edit, and then go down to paste. And it will come right there where you want it to. It takes a couple of tries. Sometimes it's hard because your fingers are moving faster, or you think you got the wrong thing. It's okay. All of this can be done numerous times until you get it right. The key is also to, if everyone could mute, please.
Yes, doctor.
Please. I think it's Josephine, if you could please mute. If everyone could take a deep breath, make sure that you set this up before you want to see the show. Today, I come on 15 minutes early. I would suggest that you might want to get on a half hour early. Make sure that you can do everything that you need to do in order to get on your Vimeo film. And paste, and like I said, there is the cursor, and you would paste right there. It's not always going to have a blue circle around it. And that's the pasted sentence. So it doesn't matter what it is. You can cut and paste anything, including pictures. Now, I also just wanted to take a minute to show you some of the buttons, symbols. We know them as buttons, those of us who have had Sony Walkman or VCRs and all those things. These are the symbols that represent some of those things that you have used before.
Melanie, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yes.
Okay. I have some people in the chat box who are asking you to go a little bit slower, I think. And then also, if you can, I don't know if you're going to address this later, but one person said they were not able to pause or go back when viewing.
Yes, I will
Okay.
address that.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
And
I'm a
then
New Yorker. I apologize. It's in my nature to speak fast. Thank you for asking for me to slow down.
I also just want to respond to another thing that came in the link. We send the link an hour or two before the movie opens, but I want to say you have 48 hours to view the film. So do not feel just because an hour after Shabbat on Saturday, the film link arrives in your inbox, that you have to watch the film, stay up extra late on Saturday night and watch the film that night. In fact, I would encourage you to go to bed because technology is challenging. A lot of us are still learning. None of us grew up with iPhones or iPads. Me neither, friends, me neither. And so we're all learning this process. And sometimes if you're a morning person, it's better to do this, to watch the film in the morning than in the evening. And so You have 48 hours once you get the link to watch the film. Okay, sorry, Melanie, go ahead.
No, that was great. In fact, I did want to mention, just so you get perspective on your frustration, that like Sarah just said, we are all digital immigrants, technological immigrants in a land of native technology people. They are our children, grandchildren. They were born into this world. Could you imagine if you had to start learning a new language like Armenian right now or German? Well, I hate to tell you this, but this is a new language and you are learning it, and it is called technology. Just like our verbs have changed, because you might be Zooming, Googling, or Facebooking. A friend is no longer someone that you can socially isolate from but be happy to see. It is someone that you have connected with on social media, and many more examples of how our language has changed. So please give yourself a break. And that's the reason I say to start early, just to get yourself familiar, especially with the site. Vimeo is a different site than YouTube, so you need to learn how to work that site. But on any time that you are playing a video, you're going to see the buttons in front of you. The one that looks like a, I guess, carrot and triangle, and it's pointing towards the right, that's the play button. If you were to tap that button, your show, your film will start playing. But let's say then you need to go get a drink. So you would tap on the top button here, which is the pause button. And then on the bottom right, and that's where it will appear in your film, is this full screen option. You would tap that and have the option to make the film the full screen that you are seeing in front of you. Once again, I've come back here because I wanted to show you, oops, what a full-size screen looks like and where I am in the movie. But it looks like, for some reason, that was a little cut off. So on the bottom of the page, and I will switch to the page and show you in real time where the line is that shows you where are you in the movie? Are you in the middle? Are you on the end? And how much time is left? And like I said, full-size screen is in the bottom right.
Okay, Melanie, I have a bunch of questions here. Should we take a break and do questions or wait till the end?
Don't have that much more. So, okay. All right, because this is really going to be this part. In fact, again, this is the first time I'm doing this kind of presentation where it could be on anybody's screen. So your questions and feedback will be amazing. And I don't know what big screens you have in your home. And I say it like that very specifically because what we used to call a TV is no longer a TV. It is just a large size device. And you have apps on it. And you can use that screen to project things from your smaller screens or your PC. These are all options. So you can watch on your smart TV. You can watch on a flat screen if you have input cords. There are options here. But these are going to be depending on the devices you have at home. A couple more things. If the movie is freezing, blurring, not playing, you have some advice here. And this is all taken directly from what came in the email from the Gordon Center. But I wanted you to look at the highlighted pieces to know what you are looking for. The rebooting of your modem and your router. And if your speed is less than 25, that's a little more complicated. I'm not thinking that most of you will need that, but especially about the freezing or blurring and the rebooting. Here's the deal. I just had a question from someone else a couple of days ago who said their screen kept freezing or blurring. And I asked her, I said, are you in the same room as your modem or router? She said, no, I'm downstairs. The modem is upstairs. I said, do me a favor. Try and view your next film from closer to your modem and router. Well, needless to say, she had a much better experience. That is really important advice. She also asked me if it keeps loading and stopping, do I have any other advice? I said, yes. Pause it. Leave it alone for a little bit. Go into the kitchen, get a snack, get a drink. What it's doing during that time is loading itself little by little. So then when you unpause it, chances are much more of the movie has now been loaded on to your device. So you will see less freezing. So that's an important thing as well. To share your device onto a big screen. As you can see here on the top right, and I circled it in yellow, that if you tap on that symbol, and this is Android device or Bluetooth non-Apple devices, if you tap on that, if you have a smart TV, then you will be able to put whatever it is that you are watching on that television. There are a few steps on the television, but I will say you look for connectors or screen sharing, and you can see that especially on a new LG or Samsung or Vimeo. I have tried it on all three to make sure I was giving you the correct advice, and they did work. If you are doing it from an iPad or an iPhone, you take the drop-down menu from the very top of your device, and you'll see this small settings screen. You would tap on screen mirroring. That would give you the opportunity to put it on the big screen. Easiest if you have Apple TV. It will connect to it quickly. If you do not, there may be another few steps that big screen might ask you to do in order to get your film on the big screen. Again, just a little bit about being near your modem or your router or even a booster. Make sure that you have your correct password. I showed you how to cut and paste. Go on to a Word document, practice. That way, you will learn how to highlight the password, copy, go into the Vimeo site, go to the top on edit, press paste when you are right next to that cursor where it asks for the password.
All right. Melanie, we have a lot of questions. This is so
Good.
great. Thank you guys for participating and for being here. Melanie, thank you so much for doing this. I know that this can be frustrating. Like Melanie said, we are all immigrants to technology, and we're learning together. And you should know that this film festival has never been virtual before. We have never done this before. So we, the staff of the JCC and the Gordon Center for Performing Arts, are learning with you. So please, please be patient with us as we do this. You should know that there's usually one staff person working on the film festival and working with the film festival committee. We have 4 staff people working with you all on this, providing tech support, calling people at all hours of the day and night. We're really trying very hard to provide you with good customer service. Okay, so let's get to the questions. And please, when you write emails to us, if you can just have a compassionate tone, if you can just be patient with us. There have been some patrons, I'm not talking to everyone, but there are some patrons who have been extremely frustrated and upset with us. We are trying, we are trying our best. We are doing really, really working very, very hard, lots of hours to be there for you and to bring this festival to you in your homes. Okay, so here we go. Melanie,
Yes.
Julia has a question about a desktop computer.
Okay.
So you have been describing some things like, does she need to know about Bluetooth if she has a desktop? That's her question.
No. If you have a desktop, then, and you are showing it on the desktop, and by the way, when I say PC, that refers to a desktop non-Apple product. Same as a laptop PC, a desktop PC like Dell and Asus, that's what I'm referring to. You don't need the Bluetooth there. If you're watching it on that computer, you're set.
A PC stands for a personal computer. That's what all computers were called a long, long time ago, before we had laptops and iPhones. And when computers first came out, they were called PCs, personal computers, because the only computers that existed before that were in big, big, big buildings with the intelligence community and stuff. Okay, next question. Can you just type in the password with appropriate capitals, etc., instead of cut and paste?
Yes, you absolutely can. However, it was brought to my attention that there were people struggling to put that password in and didn't know how to cut and paste. So I wanted to make sure I put that opportunity in there for you as another, before you get frustrated, to do. But make sure your cap locks is not on. Here's something really important. On any of your smart devices, that little arrow on the keyboard pointing up that you use to make a capital letter, if you double tap that really quickly, you have put on caps lock. Make sure you don't do that. Sometimes people do it by accident. They don't realize what they did.
Okay, next question. It sounds like from this question that when someone is trying to do that, what you described at the end, screen mirroring, using an iPad or a computer to connect to a smart TV, that the film didn't have a vehicle to like a opportunity to do that. Does that make sense? Does the question make sense there?
I think it does. Do it before you get onto the film. That would be my first set of advice. So connect your smart device to the big screen television before you put up your Vimeo, your film. That will be much easier. And then everything on your smart device will be on the big screen, and you can just go through all the steps that you need to do to put the film on, but you'll also see it on your big screen. So that would be my first full stop. If you connect the devices first before you even get into the video page, you're good to go.
Okay, next question. Mark says that icons don't automatically appear on the screen. Sometimes you need to take the cursor to the bottom of the screen and hover, and then they pop up. So that was a tip from Mark. Thank you, Mark.
He's always right.
Let me see about more questions. Hold on. What about a TV with a Fire Stick?
Excellent. Excellent question. So if you have a Fire Stick, then you can attach your device using whatever tools are on that Fire Stick to connect them. I'm telling you, I don't have a Fire Stick, so I have not experimented with this myself. I know it works because at work, I have used it. You plug it in to the HDMI, it will come up, and it is especially easy to connect your Android devices through that Fire Stick. Ladies and gentlemen, go to settings. When you get onto any new device for the first time, go to the settings, read what they say. On any of the televisions, it's going to give you an opportunity to tap on something that will be a connector to share your screen. Do that, and Fire Stick, when you're on the HDMI appropriate to the Fire Stick, it will absolutely have that opportunity if you tap on the settings. Settings always look like a cog, like in a watch, like in an old school watch. That's what settings always looks like. And you have settings for the devices, and then you have settings for the programs.
Okay, so thank you. Next question. Okay, so Anne is saying, we pressed the TV symbol on the iPhone and it worked with the YouTube test, transferred to Smart TV, but it wouldn't work with Vimeo. So okay, so go ahead.
I had that frustration. I did it numerous times and I could not get it up. YouTube was so easy, and yet Vimeo really frustrated me. So it took me a couple of different tries, and eventually I had to put my email up on the television, because on your smart TVs, you have an option to go to the internet. If you go on the internet app on your big television, you can then sign into your email from there and then use the link from there and type in the password, and you can show it from your internet that's already on your TV. I see some of you frustrated. Make sure you're asking questions, because I recognize this is not the easiest thing in the world, but there are different options.
Okay, so okay, the password was no password needed. Didn't know if that was literally the password or not. No, usually the password for the films will be something like Baltimore Film Festival or Suspenders Film or something like that. That's, if there's a password, it'll be something like familiar and connected to the film. Okay, yes, Chris Reed will be speaking. I can't remember which film or the date, but he is one of our speakers for one of our films. He is a professor at a local college or university. He is wonderful. We have him also teach different classes at the JCC. I'm sorry, I don't have all the information in front of me, but he will be speaking, yes. Is it possible to go back while viewing if you missed something while viewing?
Absolutely. That was the reason that I showed the pause button. When you have that line under your screen, and I am going to do something here that hopefully will make the difference and show you. I'm going into my desktop, and I am going to go to my screen. Okay. And pull up, because I'm not going to pull up the Vimeo right now because I actually might have the film up, but I'm not sure. If we go to any YouTube video, I just want to show you quickly how you okay, so just as an example, okay, I just muted it. I wanted to show you this bottom line here. The bottom line, this yellow. Right now, that yellow line is moving. Now it's getting to the real show. If you hold your cursor there, skip ad, there we go. If you hold your cursor on that line, you can move that red dot forward or back. And if you want to pause it, you pause it. Then you want to play it again, you play it again. Pause, play, pause. And then you can move this red dot forward or back to see everything that you want to see. And over here on the right, like I said, was the full screen option. And if I move my cursor out of the way, the entire bottom of that screen is going to disappear. I'll move this out of the way. That whole line will disappear. So if you keep your cursor down here at the bottom, then you have the option to touch any of these controls at any time. I hope you noticed that I did mute because that wasn't the purpose of this, but that is how you mute the sound if you want to do it really quickly on the device. And this is what controls the volume. So that's also important to know. I know now that I've watched 2 minutes and 45 seconds of a video and I have 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So,
Okay.
or no, that's the whole time. Next question.
Okay. The next question is, the Vimeo app on iPad does not solicit a password. Are we required to use a browser? Thanks.
The Vimeo on an iPad, because I went on to that, and when I went on to the iPad through my email with the link, then I put it into, and it did ask for the password. Otherwise, it would not allow me to play.
It depends on the film, I guess, but the best way to get to Vimeo is through your email, meaning it's better than going directly to Vimeo because that's not going to get you where you want to go. And again, if you came late, if Vimeo pops up a little thing that says join Vimeo, ignore it, close it, exit out. You don't want to join Vimeo. You're not trying to get a Vimeo password. You're on Vimeo trying to access a film that should pop up automatically for you. Okay? Okay.
And let me just say, I actually tried just to go to the Vimeo site and put it in. It was not allowing me. So if that happened to you, it's not just you. Sarah's correct. Go through your email link.
Okay. Sorry, I lost my place. Hold on. Okay. Can you easily move an Apple TV? Oh my God, this question is from my mom. Hi, Mom. Can you easily move an Apple TV from one TV to another on the same Wi-Fi? I'm not sure I understand the question, Mom. Can you move, you mean can you watch the film from one device to another device? You are not supposed to do that, Mom. You're supposed to watch it on one device. I will talk to you about it offline. Okay, I'll call you later. Okay. Next question. If I connect my PC to the TV via an HDMI cord before I start the movie, I cannot see the control bar at the bottom of the TV and my PC screen is blank. Is there a way to see the screen on both the PC and the TV at the same time?
Yes. Now, again, I'm not really a PC girl. I'm more of a Mac girl, but there are function buttons and you will, and there will be a whole sidebar that comes up on the right side of the screen, and it will allow you to mirror, meaning it's going to stay on your PC screen, and it's also going to show on the big screen. I don't know or remember the exact buttons to push, but I am more than happy to find that out for you and email you. So I will leave you my email address and you can ask me. But yes, you can see it on both from a PC.
Okay. Yes, we covered this already. We do begin the movie from the email. It's the easiest way to do it. Oh, wait a second. I lost my chat. Hold on one second. Oh, everyone take note of Melanie's email address. Write it down somewhere. And then please email Melanie if you have questions. You can also email virtualbjff.org. Listen, if you have tech questions, please don't send them to Sarah Qureshi. I am not Sarah Qureshi. I'm not talking about myself in the third person. I'm Sarah Shalva. It's confusing because both of our names are Sarah without an H, which is unusual. Anyway, tech questions go directly to virtualbjff.org or to Melanie. Thank you, Melanie. Okay, let's keep going with our questions. On a MacBook, how do we hide the toolbar at the bottom and the browser on the top?
Okay, so there's two questions there, and I'm not sure which one, so I'll hit both. But like I said, if you're talking about the toolbar on the bottom of your screen when you're watching your Vimeo film, just hover over it and it will appear. Move the cursor away and it won't. It'll go away after a few seconds. If you're talking about on your Mac, the tools like Chrome and iTunes and Photos and email, all of those, you can hide your toolbars. When you are in your main screen, go to your Settings app. Actually, I think the easier way is to go to Finder, and Finder will help you to go on and close that toolbar. It depends on the program that you're in, but you're looking for the word toolbar and you're looking to hide it. Those are the things that you are looking for.
Warren, are you still here? I don't see you anymore. Warren had his hand raised, but he might have left already. Okay, so Warren left, but if you have a question and you don't want to use the chat, it's okay to raise your hand. I will call on people. Okay. So Sonia, I'm unmuting you. And then guys, I am gonna get to the other questions. I'm just gonna take some questions of people right now. Okay, ready, Sonia? There you are.
When will the email and password be sent? Is it right before the movie that we are scheduled to see?
Sometimes, yes, but generally we try, if the film becomes available on Saturday night. If you're gonna get the email on Saturday night, it will come some right before the end of Shabbat or right after Shabbat. So sunset, around sunset time is when the actual link will arrive to you. But we are also sending pre-show emails. So we're trying, the reason we send these pre-show emails is to make sure we have the right email address. Sometimes people, when they're buying their tickets, put in the wrong email address, and we want to make sure that all of the 400 or 500 or 600 people that bought tickets are going to get the actual link. So we send you an extra email that comes like a day before, sometimes 2 days before, and then we send the email that actually has the link in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, another question. Yeah.
If you have problems while you're trying to get the movie, is there somebody we can get in touch with at that point?
So it depends on the time of day, to be honest with you. Many of us are working many hours. So people, the virtual BJFF email address, it's virtualbjff.org. That email address is the person responds within 24 hours, but they don't necessarily respond that night. So let's say you got the link on Saturday night at 8:30, okay? And you want to watch the movie. You might not be able to get in touch with someone on Saturday night at 8:30, and for that we apologize. It's just because we're not all working 24 hours a day. We're trying to, you know, because working from home, there's very few boundaries or limits. You could work all day, all night, right? You never leave work. So I'm trying to encourage the staff not to respond to emails that are coming in very, very late. So I'm just asking for your patience when you have some difficulties for us to be able to be in touch. Okay, Bernard, you have a question.
Hi, Melanie. How are you?
Hey, family's on. Woohoo!
All right. I had a problem last night signing in the password suspenders Baltimore JFF. And I was watching very carefully with my case, my upper and lower cases.
Mm-hmm.
The way I got through that is I got a lesson from my grandson.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me to cut and paste, and we cut and paste. My question is a general question about all the movies. Are they all in foreign languages? With subtitles?
Sorry, ask the question again.
Are they
Are all the
all?
movies in subtitles?
No, some of them are in English and some of them are in a mix of English and subtitles.
All right, well, we found the problem with the subtitles when they're moving very fast.
They are. We have heard this. We've heard this response from a couple of people. You're right. It is fast. And
Remember, we're older, we move very slow.
when I watched Love in Suspenders last night, I paused and went back a couple of times so I could read the translation. I understand that it is an issue, and I'm certainly, there are people who are on the film festival committee who are on this call right now, and so they will take note, and I will take note.
I also noticed that there was a problem with the subtitles. When you're in a light ground, you can't read it.
Well,
Oh, that's right. That's
The
true.
white
That's true
background.
for all movies. That's true. That can be an issue. Thank you. Let me get another question, and then I'm going to move back to the chat box. Okay, hold on. Roberta, I see you. Hold on one second.
Okay. No.
Okay. Go ahead, Roberta.
I tried to buy a ticket for Love and Suspenders. I guess it's too late to see it this evening.
Yes. Okay. So
Is it-
if you want to purchase a ticket after the time when we send out the link, the only way to do that is to email Marilyn Zvilli. I'm going to tell you her email address. Hold on one second. It's mzvilli@jcc.org. Melanie, can you do your email address again? Somebody has asked for your email address.
Yes, it is melanie@meyerberg.org. I'm going to put it up momentarily, but I was just going to show people, if they wanted, how to get onto the video screen. Would you like me to do that in real time?
You know what? Let's answer a couple more questions and then maybe. Let's answer a couple questions and then.
Okay.
Okay, so I put melanie@meyerberg.org. I only sent it to one person. Oh my gosh. Okay, you see, this is what happens when you try to, okay, melanie@meyerberg.org. Here we are, there. Now it's in the chat box as well.
I had to minimize this thing.
Okay,
I like to-
everyone, Chris Reed will be speaking for the film The Keeper on Wednesday night, May 27th at 7 p.m. So if you don't have tickets yet to The Keeper, you should get them, and then you should come to the Zoom conversation with Chris Reed. He's going to talk about it. It's going to be awesome. Okay, the next question. Okay. In particular, Love in Suspenders, because it had a password, has been difficult for people to access. I just want to acknowledge that you are not the only person who has had trouble accessing Love in Suspenders. Lots of people had difficulty. We're still, you know, we're working individually with people to try and help you get access to the film. If you are unable to get access to the film, please be in touch with us. We can maybe extend the link for you and work with you to try and get that password accepted by Vimeo. Okay? Okay. So the toolbar for Vimeo will be the same as YouTube is the question. Next question. Melanie?
Yes?
The toolbar for Vimeo will be the same as for YouTube. Not necessarily, but you'll have the same symbols, right? You'll have the
Exactly
play,
right.
pause, the go forward,
line,
and go back.
Dot, you'll have all of the same things. They might be in a different color, but they're the same symbols.
Can you play the movie on YouTube? The answer is no. These movies are not available for free. They are only available at a cost. The film distributors limit the, you know, they charge us, we pay them, we charge you. That's how the festival works. These films are not available anywhere else, and especially not for free on YouTube. Or if they are, then someone stole them and you should not watch it. Okay, with some organizations, Vimeos you can click on your computer to watch later and then bring it up on the Vimeo app on the smart TV. This doesn't seem to work for BJFF Vimeos. Am I missing something? Lenore, I think it's because these are paid. There's a limited amount of time you're allowed to watch this film, so it's like encrypted. It means it has security on it so that it's not out in the world. So I think that might be why you can't save it and watch it later. How to pull up that bottom line with the icons? That's the question from Gail. How do you pull up the bottom line?
Okay, you pull it up by hovering over the area. If you hover over the area, then it will come back up. Make sure it's your cursor, or if you're using your smart device, just tap on the screen. Tap on the screen and they will appear.
A recommendation came in to encourage you all to try and watch the film on the early side if you're able, in case you encounter tech difficulties, or to watch the film during regular business hours, because that's when the tech support will be more able to respond to you, during the regular business day. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me put Marilyn's email, because that one's okay. So if you look in the chat box, it's mzvilli@jcc.org. There it is. That is how, if you want to purchase tickets to films that are not available online anymore, you can go to Marilyn. She's not going to be able to give you Goldust Balcony. She's not going to be able to give you, what's the other one? Oh my God, I just saw it. Those Who Remain. That's also not available anymore. But Love in Suspenders is available. And if you don't have a subscription, you can still purchase a mini subscription and choose 5 films to see. Okay, next question. The virtual okay, I'll put that one in. So virtual Baltimore Jewish, what is it? BJFF@jcc.org. Okay, here it is. There we are. Okay. Please repeat and put up the last email to buy the movie after the first deadline. Okay, I did that. Can we? Yes, we can, Shelly, we can. To connect Android phone to TV with Fire Stick, is that in settings for Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? Oh, that's in it. That's like a AP, an advanced placement question. Hold on, I actually don't know. Melanie, do you know if you're connecting an Android phone to a TV with a Fire Stick, is that settings for Wi-Fi or Bluetooth?
That's a great question. You sometimes you have to be on the same Wi-Fi but it might connect through Bluetooth. That's a great question. I am not sure. I don't remember
You've
from
stumped
being
our
back in my
expert,
office.
Jane.
It's been a long time.
Okay. Can you watch the film more than once within 48 hours? I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, if you could stop it and pause it and rewind it, shouldn't you be able to then
Yes,
rewatch it?
although we might get charged for it, so I'm being cautious in how I answer this question. You probably, technically yes, but here's what I want to say. If you were staying, it's like sneaking into the movie theater. Do you know what I mean? Like if you paid for one ticket, to see the film. So if you watch it again, it's sort of like you're staying in the theater for the second version of the film.
No.
Okay. So, next, are there other questions? You can raise your hand. We are done with the questions in the chat box. If you have other questions, let's see. Okay, yes. Sheila Fox. Yes, go ahead. You're unmuted. Go ahead. Uh-oh, wait. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. I came in late. I have an iPad. Let me just review this real quick, maybe 5 or 6 steps. I have an iPad. I'm going to go to my email. I'm going to get a link that's going to tell me about the movie I want to see, correct?
Correct.
So far? It is at that point that they're going to give me a password?
Only some of the films have passwords. Some films do not have passwords. So you might get an email that has the link without a password, and then you just click on the email.
Okay.
Do you see the email on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So
the Vimeo.com.
right. So if I hold down, the first thing I'm going to do is highlight the password. I'm going to go to the top of my screen to edit, and I'm going to tap on copy. Okay?
Yes.
Now I'm going to tap on the link.
Correct. Got it.
And okay, it's going directly to it because I've already signed in with it, but it would ask me right then in the middle of the screen for my password. I would tap on it, the cursor would appear, and I would go up to edit and put paste. And then it would take me into this film. But just while we're here, play button, pause button, and here is your volume, and here's settings. So
I don't see where you're pointing. I apologize.
What?
I don't see where it says I'm looking at the Vimeo and where does it say volume and settings? I don't have that on my
It doesn't say it. There are different opportunities. That's actually right now that's the microphone. I apologize. But you will see a volume on it.
Got it.
But mostly you need to do it on your device. Know where your volume buttons are on your device. And if you throw it up onto the television volume buttons will work. Bottom right, I can make it full screen. Okay?
Yes.
And like I said, if you hover over it, and then you can move this to the middle.
Melanie, we're not seeing your screen.
We're not seeing your screen.
We're only seeing
És egy cikket lefordítottam próbának, csak azért nem tudom, hogy jó-e, mert volt, amikor németül sem értettem ennyi.
I think you have to share it again, Melanie.
I will share it again.
Azt nem hiszem. Dehogy ilyen jól beszélsz.
Németül? Mi a nagyszüleimmel németül beszéltünk, de fordítani a most tanított meg. Papus nagyon büszke volt. Amikor az egész Maximum lefordítottam franciára a kisugomnak.
A hugodnak?
Igen, de az a fordítás elveszett. A húgom meghalt. Őt láttam meghalni.
There we go. Oh no, that was the YouTube. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm sorry.
Két kávét
Okay,
kérem
Melanie,
szépen.
this is a great example of like the fact that it's hard for all of Technology doesn't come
Pótkávét
easy to
nem kérek.
anyone.
Akkor semmit nem kérek.
And we should all just, you know,
Tehát
be
a
gentle
fekete
with
nagyon
ourselves
erős.
and
Nem
each
baj,
other.
semmilyen pótdalgot nem kérek.
So,
Citronpótot sem.
just so you know,
Kérünk.
that was
És van
mainly
sütemény?
because
Mignon?
I have
Van mignon. Több van.
two internet browsers. So now you see I'm on the movie. I can move it forwards. I can move it back. And if you
Igen, de az
notice,
a fordítás
I have
elveszett.
excellent, I don't have anything freezing. I don't have any problems with any of the tools because I am located in a place where my bandwidth absolutely covers anything I want to do on one of my 12 devices. I know that sounds crazy, but it is true.
Yes, I have that.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions in this screen or should I come back?
See, the screen is not showing where to get a full screen. The 4 dots.
Right here on the bottom right. You
That's
see
not
the
what
bottom
we
right?
No, we don't see the bottom right.
But it does
Okay.
But I know
Well,
how to do it.
on the
open
bottom right,
Yeah.
it has the option. Do you see the option now?
Yes.
Over here.
Yes.
Open.
Okay, that's it. Those little 4 corners will make it full size or minimize it.
Great. Thank you.
Excellent question.
Okay, can we go, Melanie, can you stop sharing your screen so we can go back? There's a couple other questions.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Thank you.
The next question is, when is the next movie? I can tell you, the next movie is Flawless, and you will get a pre-show email tomorrow morning from Sarah Qureshi. And then the film will come to you on Saturday night, either right before Shabbat ends or right after Shabbat ends. Okay, so that's when the next movie is. If you want to see Flawless and you do not have tickets for it yet, please go now to the website and purchase your tickets. Okay, if you can restart a movie to finish it the next day, it is the same as opening it. No, if you, let's say you watch half a movie, once you're logged in, that's you, I think, logged in. Depends on whether you minimize it or you have to put in your password. I'm not sure exactly how it works and what we get charged for, to be honest with you. We've never done this before. I am hoping, we're just all, you know, we're figuring it out. If we have to renegotiate with the distributors because there were more views than we expected them to be, we'll have to just say that, you know, we'll have to work it out. I'll let you know. I don't know how, but I will. We're just trying to work it out. Okay, hold on once. You know what? It's 4:03. So guys, if we need this again, we will make it happen. Please feel free. You can always, let me put my email here, shalva@jcc.org. I'm happy for you to also be in touch with me. I oversee the whole Center for Arts and Culture. I want to thank again the William and Irene Family Foundation, all of our sponsors for all of our films. Melanie, you're a dream. Thank you so much. This was amazing. I really appreciate everything you've done. I think this was very, very helpful.
I hope so.
Film is amazing. Film is transformative. You know, it reminds us that storytelling just opens up different parts of our hearts and souls. So I hope that you guys get to see these movies. I hope that you are able to access them easily and smoothly. I bless us all that we're able to access the movies easily.
Sarah?
Yes.
Sorry, can I just say,
Yes.
Sorry, it's a little crazy around here. I just want to say that I really am honored that you guys invited me. And if in between these amazing films, can you please, if you want to, you can check out Meyerberg.org for numerous programs. Tomorrow, Mamma Mia by Ellen is going to be excellent. And they're, like I said, they're all free, Meyerberg.org. It looks like Sarah took a call, which is probably incredibly important. Are there any other final questions? Good. Good luck. And if any questions come up, please email me. Take care, all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.